Capricorn, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading for the week going from the 30th through to the 5th of November. Yeah, this ties into your reading from that we had from last week. Certainly on your relationship side, there's something that you need to look at in a different way at the moment. You've been working hard on it actually, and I think on your relationship side, and it has brought you to a position of power. There's maybe just something in the past that needs to be letting go all about, really, and letting go by not getting involved in any sort of like, petty sort of like conflicts more than anything else. You've got a lot of stuff going on your financial side. There is no doubt about that. Being strong and being true to who you are, I think this is where you should be going. What does it breed? Nothing but absolute beauty for you, really, more than anything else. Wow, that's amazing on your financial side. It seems to be so strong on your financial side that it seems to be obvious. It's where the real work's coming in is on your relationship side. So overall energy, we've got the Five of Swords. Yes, I think the overall energy is testing you a little bit. Testing your sort of mettle, basically. Testing how you sit in your power by bringing in a few bit of petty little conflicts within the relationships that are around you. That make you just sort of, see your life and see others around you in a different light, because that's on your karmic mission, to see things differently. And although I still think you're very confident within your relationships, you've obviously started something new. You've been working on this for some time. You've been putting in some really good hours, and you feel like you've put in the good work in regards to the relationships. And I think you have, and I think you get a lot of return from it. But at the same time, there may be stuff that you're carrying on from an old relationship and referring back to it, and referring back to the painful parts of the of your old relationships. And the universe here is trying to trying to sort of bring this to your attention, because it sends you into a repetitive cycle, almost as if to sort of say, oh, this is what the relationships are like, therefore I'm not going to get the best out of life. I've got to put up with it. And no, you don't. Basically, Capricorn, no, you don't. I think this is where you've got to see things in a different way in order to get the best out of your relationship with someone else. And yes, you've come to it by working hard. I think you've been concentrating on the smaller details, which is good. Seeing where it all sort of fits with you, and just working on the smaller cogs in the bigger cog of love, basically, in the timepiece of love. And because of that hard work of what you've been doing in the past, and this is twice now in a week as far as I remember, you'll have to go back and check out your weekly reading here, but this is twice where the devil has come up in this position, in exactly this place. And this is you. And I still think you're bossing it up. I think you're very confident about yourself. I think you know yourself. But I think it's seeing things differently. I think in a way is how you engage this knowledge and understanding in the world that is around you, in regards to stop yourself repeating certain things within relationships that just sort of bring you down. And in the future, it's going to help you to mull it over. There seems to be a moment of reflection, sort of like, I'm putting in all this work, am I getting the best out of it? And, these two cups here, as you can well see, she's pouring from one side to the other. She's mulling it over. This is what she's doing with her emotions, sort of pouring it from one side to the other to see how it fits. And this patience of you is allowing that sun to rise, allowing that happiness to rise up within your relationship. But there's certain engagements that I think that need to be looked at in a different way in regards to the people that are around you, or the people that you're connected with within your relationships. And just seeing, I think, how you interject with them, and how also you bring up things from the past which could be holding you back, or could be spinning you back into a repetitive thing that could be sort of like back into petty arguments, which doesn't really get you anywhere, or the relationship, or anybody. Okay, so seeing things differently, I think, is really important this week. On your financial side, look at this. You've got the Strength card. This is believing in yourself. I do believe you do believe in yourself. I'm not a great fan of belief, actually. I prefer the people to know rather than believe. And this is where you should know. And I think this is where the confidence comes within you. Once you start realizing that, that's when you can put down all your doubts according to where you're going on your pathway in your career or your business or your projects, whichever you're going down, the line that you're going down and you're going towards comes from your inner strength, comes from your ability to know the path that you're on, that this is not only just right for you, but it's also right for you financially, it's also right for everything that is around you. And that's really important. The universe here is bringing into you the Queen of Pentacles. This is also confidence in the future. She knows what's going on. She's sat at the base of the tree of knowledge. She knows that the fruits of life is going to be coming in her direction. So it's believing not only in yourself, but believing in the process of enjoying, of connecting with everything, of the fruits from your labour, basically. And in your past to your present, I think this is to do with the good work that you've done to set up this situation. I think you've invested a lot of time and effort into your career path or your business or your project. The karmic path as well here, I think more than anything else. There's a raison d'etre for doing something. And this is now coming into your thinking, your forethinking as it were, that's coming in between the 30th and the 5th of November. You're starting to realize your karmic path, the real calling that is within you and following it. And this is where you're going to get this whole justice thing going on for you, getting your just desserts. Because out the top of it, you get the Empress card here. You have enormous possibilities here. And it's almost as if like, this card here, I almost feel like, it's not that you're winning the lottery, it could be for some of you obviously, but it's going to be for a very small amount of people. But it's like you're winning the lottery in life. You're winning your righteous path. And when you get on your righteous path, there's no one stopping you. And this card here, you've got all this wheat at the bottom here, which is sort of the seeds, the profits of life, of what you've invested in it. And you've got this control over your emotions as well in order to get there. And I think this is what you're concentrating on more than anything. You're concentrating on your financial side. But there is a lot of work to be done on your relationship side. There is no doubt about it. You know, we're going to just clarify with the Light Seers card. Thank you very much, Capricorn, for being with us. I hope you get the best out of these readings. We're going to be doing a live at the end of the weekend, so that's Sunday, and that's going to be to do with the collective monthly and your individual monthlies, where you can ask questions to clarify a little bit more on the cards, to see what's going on in your life, and you just need to be subscribed in order to ask those questions to the channel. But it's open to anybody to come to the live session. It's absolutely brilliant. It'd be great for you to be here, and we do chat a lot on the live. It's absolutely great. Love it. So I will see you there on the Sunday night. If you want to know more about the lunar eclipse which is happening, check out CYMATIC TV. It's linked in the description below. It's our second channel, which is a channel all about energy. It goes a lot more into my dowsing, energy lines, universal vibrations and messages from the earth and stuff like that. On your overall energy. Okay, so we got the Five of Swords, and as I said, I think this ties in with the Nine of Swords that is down there, because the Nine of Swords is now repeating and coming up on this sort of surface here. If you find yourself getting pulled into petty conflicts which don't really serve anything, that don't gain anything out of life, this is where I think you're going to be doing yourself wrong. And this is where I think you need to see things in a different light. See how you engage in these conversations, these situations around you. I think it pertains much more to your relationship side than your financial side. The moment you start looking at things in a different way, that's when you're going to get a focal point to take things forward. It's like you're assessing a situation more than anything else. And that's maybe what the patience is all about. I think you're assessing this relationship that you're really infused about and really engaged with because you put in the work. There is no doubt about it. And it's just, how do I deal, or how do you deal with this this repetitive situation that comes to the surface, as it were? And yeah, I think there's a case of seeing things differently, of how to engage in it differently, trying certain things in certain different ways, because that's what the universe wants you to allow to come through. I think once you do start seeing things, that's when you can allow your heart to shine, and you can allow this, this relationship between you and the other person to really take off, and to leave all those those repetitive things. And as I say, I think it's also a case of how you look at the past and how you see the recurring things within the relationship that you're in the moment, and compared with relationships in the past. And I think you're doing your heart wrong here. I think you should approach it like a fresh canvas in a way. With the Eight of Pentacles, you've got the Three of Cups. Yes, I think there is. I think you've opened that doorway to connecting with other people in a very sociable sense. I think you've got a bit of an appetite for socializing at the moment, which is good. And I think you should. And I think you should encourage that. I think you should encourage your connection with other people. This will help you to see things differently. And I think this is what's been coming through you for some time, actually. And you've opened these doors where opening up to new circle of friends, or a circle of family, or whatever it is. And it could be a new sort of relationship as well, which I think you've been working on, basically. I do think you've fallen in love. I really do. You got this Devil card with the Lovers card. You are falling in love, and you've fallen in love, and I get this sort of sensation. It's almost as if, like, kind of going, you so desperately don't want to repeat the mistakes in the past that, it's something that you seem to be, because you're concentrating on those, those mistakes of the past. They come to the surface. It's like my son, when we were at a campsite. I told this on Virgo as well. It's very funny. It's very similar. Earth signs as well. I was on the campsite with with my kids, and one of my young, they were young at the time. They're a lot older now. But when my youngest son was on his bicycle, and we were going down the gravel track, or the gravel road, towards the reception, and there was some people coming the other way, and it was a big road, and I just said to him as we started going down, I said, don't run into those people, just like that. But because I gave him that intention, what did he do? He drove straight into them. Bless him. He really didn't want to, but it was stronger than him. And I think there's a case to be said for that here. If you're going to focus on, just what you focus on is what you're going to get. And I think this is what they're trying to sort of say to you here. Through this patience, and I think this patience with the relationship and patience with yourself, you are going to produce enormous amount of success, I think. You're going to get a lot of attention, and I think this also comes in through social attention with the Three of Cups as well. And I think you're going to get a lot of attention within your relationship, your one-to-one relationship, because you've got that Ace of Cups. Turning negative into positive. It seems to be a bit of a theme here at the moment for all sides. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. It's been building up from inside me for some time. So that's something that needs to come out. Ace of Pentacles, a very Capricorn card. A lot of luck coming your way when you do open your heart and don't judge your future by your past. Use your past, sure, to avoid situations, but don't judge people or the situation of your future according to your past. On your financial side, your business and your projects, your job and etc. This Strength card here, which is on this side here, this Strength card here, where you've got to sort of quieten your doubts and increase your courage or your confidence, is going to help you. You've got a decision to be made here. And I think you should be confident about making this decision. And I think the decision has to do with, where do I follow my path? How do I follow my path? And I think it's all to do with what you reckon you should be doing on this earthly plane. With the Queen of Pentacles, you get the Ace of Pentacles. It came back out for you. You know, there's a lot of luck here. The universe is sort of saying, I think the universe is recognizing the work you've done, actually, Capricorn. And I think the universe is sort of kind of going, Cappy needs a bit of a boost. Let's give him an. It's like when you're going down the life, or the path of life. You can have an idea of the destination, but you can't quite see it. Before you get to the destination, you've got to go down the valley, up the mountain on the other side, and eventually you get to the beach. You know what the beach is like, and that's what you want, and that's where you're going to. And the universe here is sort of like, I think they're opening up the next chapter in your success. I think that's what it's doing here. I think this justice, this plays in it as well. I think you've put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of, you put in a lot of your energy and money, time and effort in the past. And now you're getting that payment is coming through. And it's putting end to any financial stress and strains or financial loss that you might have had in the past, because you're responding to the universe and following your karmic path, basically. With the Judgment card, you get the 9 of Pentacles. Everything is possible with the 9 of Pentacles. You've answered this trumpet. You've answered this calling by the universe. You're following on this path. And there's a lot of communication. I think this could be with you. Maybe you need to put it out there a little bit more within your workspace, within your career. You need to talk a bit more. If you want this promotion, you've got to think, I think you've got to go forward and put yourself in the hat, as it were, or put your name in the ring. And as you do go forward, and this is what I was talking about, the path of life, there is fruits that are gradually ripened as you go forth. And they're not all ripened at the same time. It's a way in order to sort of encourage you to keep moving forward. And I think this is really, really really important for you. And the possibilities are quite, there's loads of them. And I think that's what that difficult choice is all about. It's which one to choose. I think the one you need to choose is the one that makes you feel at one with where you're going and what you're doing, and who, what is karmically correct, what you feel that you should be doing on this planet during this life here. And I think that's going to be the thing that tips the scales in the favour of a choice. But whatever it is, the choice is, I think you can make it in confidence, because no matter which direction you take here, it seems to be success is coming for you. Look at that. With the Empress card, you get the 10 of Cups. And with this ultimate success on your relationship side as well, just look at that as a general outcome for you. It's absolutely brilliant. You get these real possibilities for you of just having ultimate success, basically. The 10 of Cups here, and this is where you can see the reality of your choice, basically. The 10 of Cups is like, you've been walking through the rain, and that's what that passing is all about. You've had this sort of like, you've been a little bit shut out by everything, and you've walked through the rain, and there you can see the sun, which is now shining back off that rain that is falling behind you now, that you are out of. And this is where you can see the rainbow that is behind you, and you can see the reality for what it is. And now you can see the reality of why you've chosen the path that you want to be going down. And you've got to have that courage and conviction to go down it, more than anything else. The main real work that I think is going to preoccupy you more than anything else is your relationship side within you, more than anything. How you position yourself, seeing things in a completely different way, getting a real direction, getting a lot of communication, getting a lot of understanding about yourself. It's a real karmic pathway for you at the moment this week here. So yes, absolutely, it was quite good reading, really, Capricorn. Really good to have you here. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Don't forget, we've got that live on Sunday, and questions can be asked by all subscribers. Yes, so I will see you there for that. And there is loads of links in our description to our sister channel, CYMATIC TV, and loads of other things. Anyway, I've probably said way too much on that sort of thing. In the meantime, Capricorn, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.